Okay, so I think we can start. I welcome you all to the information seminar for the SU elections 2021-22. Uh, we'll be beginning with um, a speech from our Chief Warden, Professor Naveen Singh, and our Associate Dean, Professor Srikanta Rautroy. So I invite them to uh, address the GPM.
Rautla sir, please you start.
Okay. Um, Good afternoon to all. Hmm. Congratulate all the students of BITS Pilani campus for online student union elections. I also congratulate the EC BITS Pilani campus for leading from the front for organizing, managing, and controlling the online union election. Today, we have a greater responsibility to conduct the online student union election with fair and disciplined manner. We should put effort and awareness to increase the student participation in this election process. Professor Nabin and I are always with you for each and every help you need for conducting this election. My best wishes to all the students who are contesting for various posts. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I call Professor Naveen Singh to address the GPM.
Okay, so big congratulations to all of you, the participants and election commission. I'd like to request all of you that because this is an online mode, we are not connecting each other physically. We are not seeing each other's face. Now we have bigger responsibilities uh, to conduct the election, to proceed in a very dignified manner. Uh, I request all the students who are here, who are listening us, to participate in this election. Just like other election, just like elections were there if it was offline. Cast your vote because you are going to choose your representative. They will be representing you uh, maybe for next few months or few whatever time it will be. So it is not the responsibility of election commission or our, but it is responsibility of yours also to choose correct candidate, weigh them that what their manifesto points are, and accordingly you just vote them. Cast your vote intelligently. You are enough intelligent to choose that what is good and bad for you, because you are going to choose your representative. Okay, and I request all the participants to not indulge in any unfair mean, because see, today it is online media has pros and cons, because everything is black and white right now. Just like whatever we are speaking, it is recorded. It is people are listening. It has a greater reachability. So it will affect your image. It will affect your institute's image. So just be careful about it. And this is a very new mode of election. I request all of you to participate. The candidates, the voters, and support us so that we can get good candidate. Uh, just don't make a fun of this election process. Just don't log in to just click some button. It is not clicking a button. It is basically clicking, choosing your representative. Tomorrow, if something is going, something is not happening with you, so don't blame. Okay, so because you are part of the system, you have a chance to vote, and please vote. Okay, please participate. All the best to the candidates, all the best to election commission, and that is all from our side. We are here to help you in any regard, and just with one phone call, we are here, and all the best to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for all the guidance and support that you have given us from the beginning of when we wanted to do online elections. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible to come to this stage. Moving on. So basically we have been online for a while now, and maybe most of us are out of touch with the entire student union and how it works. So the EC's prepared a brief overview of how exactly the student union of BITS Pilani is, and we are going to brief you on that. This is mostly even for the 2020 batch who have not been on campus. We hope that you gain better insights on the SU, and this will help you uh, make a more informed decision on whom you would choose as your representatives. So basically, the student union of BITS Pilani, the composition is GBM, which is all the students, including everyone who's listening to this. The union council, this will basically be your elected representatives who are part of the union council, clubs, departments, which you might have been exposed to by now, and other organs like the tech team, etc., for the student union who work to improve the student welfare on campus. So, in an offline semester, these were the components of the Union Council, which is the main body of the student union. We had the president, we had the general secretary, we had hostel representatives, we had one day scholar representative, and one ex officio member. So, the electorates were divided based on hostels, and the Union Council took care of making your life on campus a lot better. But in like the online scenario, since we cannot divide electorates based on hostels as they are not allotted, we have divided the electorates based on batches so that needs of batches accordingly can be conveyed to ensure student welfare is ensured even in an online semester. So we have the president, general secretary, the batch representatives, and the ex officio members. And right now, right now we have the election for the president, general secretary, and certain batch representatives. So, coming to the Union Council, it's the supreme governing body of the student union, and it takes up any matter related to student welfare. There are these Union Council meets that are conducted throughout the semester, which will be called upon by the President and General Secretary. These meets, any member of the GBM is free to attend, where they are allowed to raise any points that is concerning them, and the Union Council can resolve. Apart from that, any member of the Union Council themselves bring up these issues, which are discussed, and if any vote is supposed to be taken, then an issue is put to vote. Distribution of the resources that the student union has, etc., is also made during such meets. So again, if you want to start a new club or any new organization on campus, again, the same has to be brought forth to a union council meet where the union council decides if you can go ahead with it. The union council also represents the GBM and FEST review committees such as the ARC and ORC, which is for Apogee and Oasis respectively. So ARC and ORC are composed of the STUCA, COSTA, and the respective club and department representatives. Apart from that, there is also UC who votes regarding uh, the decisions that are supposed to be taken about the fest in the review committee. And so basically, what they do is they represent you as in the GBM in terms of decisions that are supposed to be taken in a fest. Apart from that, they also handle management of merchandise, souvenirs, etc. So these are the functions of the union council as such. Apart from that, you might have noticed manifesto points by now and the various other initiatives that are taken up by the representatives. So in the past, we have had some brilliant initiatives that were taken up by the student union, including introduction of vending machines and gym equipments in hostels, the 24/7 library service that was extended during exams so that students could go study, installation of the Amul booth near Gym G, which helped the sports, students who play sports a lot. Then there was Javed Habib and so on. There were also other initiatives that you might have noticed in during the online semester, such as extra classes or guidance sessions that were conducted by the student union to ensure that your college life becomes a lot better. And this time, as you might have seen in the manifesto, some of them have, of course, proposed such initiatives to ensure that the student life at BITS Pilani can keep getting better. So these are which brings me to manifesto points and elections. So often there are manifesto points which are feasible, some which are ambitious that are proposed during elections. We as the election commission recommend you to go through these manifesto points carefully, go through their SOPs carefully. Apart from that, if you have any questions, you can post it directly to the candidates or you can post it through the EC. The EC will also be conducting the auditorium debates and batch representative debates, where we'll be posing questions to the candidates. We'll be checking them for how feasible their manifesto points are and how capable a candidate they are. So we recommend you to attend these debates so that you can make a well-informed decision on whom you are going to vote for. Apart from that, we'll also be circulating forms soon where any questions that you would want to post to the candidates in a public forum can be posted through the EC. So basically, it brings us to student union elections, where right now we would be voting for the post of the president, general secretary, and batch representatives, and we hope that you can make a well-informed decision. Apart from that, the constitution and the fest charters to know like how the student union works better is always available on the EC website, and we recommend you to go through that to know about everything that is possible within the purview of the constitution. With that, I wish all the candidates the very best luck and hope that this would have helped you. Um, so coming back to the information seminar, now we will proceed with the president and the general secretary candidates presenting their case in front of you. Each candidate will be given a period of 20 minutes to present their case, after which, like the next candidate shall. Since there are no opponents, since they are standing uncontested this time, they are not having. We are not having a round of cross questioning as such, which would usually be seen in information seminars. So basically, I wish the candidates very best of luck, and I call the first candidate standing for the post of president, Harsh Shukla, to present his case.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
All right. So, firstly, I'd like to thank the Chief Warden sir and Associate Dean sir for those informative words. And I too wish that most of the GPM votes for the correct candidate. Moreover, I'd like to thank the Election Commission for going through lengths to conduct the elections online. Kudos to them. So, a very good morning to everyone present here today. My name is Harsh Shukla. I'm from the batch of 2019, and I'm standing for the post of president of the Students' Union. I've been an active member of the union since my first days in college. I've gotten elected as a hostel representative of SR Bhavan in my first year, and nominated again as a batch representative to acting council in my second year. I'm a union man through and through, you can say. To show for my 2 years in the union, I've accomplished major breakthroughs to make the student lives better. I spearheaded the fight for clear grade and was successful in getting it introduced to relieve stress of the students during the second COVID wave. I also fought against the fee hike in PS1 and got 11,000 rupees reduced with an added option of payment in installments. I got the tender of 400 whiteboards in SR Bhavan approved and even started installation of the same in some wings. But unfortunately, we were sent back home before that could be completed. However, now as the rooms are getting cleared, every room would have an installed whiteboard when we get to campus. I've been able to complete 8 out of my 9 manifesto points, which I had kept in my first year, along with 25 plus initiatives, including the trunk service, revisit classes, installation of electric geysers in hostels, bus service, taxi service, quilt service, and many more. And today, I stand before you not as a candidate, but as a general Bitsian, with the same hopes, dreams, problems, and aspirations, but also a will to empower the students and fight back against the wrong. My only motive to stand for president is to make the life of every single student better. So today, as I stand here, I would like to tell all of you an incident. So a few days back, I visited Pilani to get my belongings back from campus. And passing through the gates, with every sight I got, I had immense nostalgia. The statues, the bhavans, the places I used to hang out with friends, and of course, the unforgettable sight of the clock tower and the Nab slope. I had sheer happiness for returning to Pilani, my real home, but also grief of having lost almost 2 beautiful years that could have been on campus. And it's even worse for our juniors. They still vie to live the college life that they've been so harshly denied. And I know that this is the heartache that every single one of us here faces. Till date, no solid deadline has been provided to us regarding reopening. We haven't been involved in any reopening related decisions, in spite of the fact that it's our lives hanging in the balance. And not just this, it's a common scenario across all decision-making bodies. Let me give you some examples. Campus reopening team, 0 student members. PS division, 0 student members. AUGSD, 0 student members. Senate is just one student senator from a campus among more than 60 profs. I see a pattern here. I'm sure you do too. A pattern of alienating students from their own life changing decisions. And that stops now. For far too long, we've been facing the dilemma, the helplessness regarding administrative decisions. For far too long, we've nodded our heads and kept our mouth shut at every dictatorial rule being forced on us. For far too long, we've let others hold the reins to our lives. It's time to take back the power. And that is what I aim to do. My entire manifesto revolves around empowering the biggest stakeholder in this college, those who actually pay for its functioning, the students. Today, I'm here to present before you our shared dream of bringing back the glory to BITS Pilani. My first manifesto point tackles the most important issue of reopening. The only excuse that the administration has for not calling us back to campus is the lack of medical facility in Pilani. For this, I propose a tie-up with one of the major hospital chains in Delhi to open a clinic with top facilities and 24/7 ambulance service to tackle any new cases on campus. We have reached out to the appropriate management team as well, and we are planning on putting down a concrete timeline soon. From this platform, in front of all the students, I make this promise that I'll bring every single one of you safely back to the campus. But for that to happen, I make an appeal to all the students to get vaccinated as soon as they can. I have proposed to put a vaccination camp on campus, and students can have the second dose there if need be, but all of you have to be vaccinated at least once. So that's my humble appeal. My second manifesto point is about the ever increasing fee for the PS. It's a very genuine issue that the 2019 batch is going through right now, and our juniors will have to go through its changes aren't made soon. So no justification has yet been provided as to the reason that the PS fees is this high. Students are getting internships, companies are getting the top minds of the country for free. Where the money is being spent is a legitimate question. BITS was dreamt as an institute with immense academic freedom. When Professor Chittaranjan Mitra brought the PS system to life, he didn't dream of it to be the restrictive, nor the compulsion of having to attend PS1 in order to be eligible for PS2. When I was reading about Professor Chittaranjan Mitra, I was inspired by his greatness. He was popularly known as Dynamic Dairo, and he was appointed as the director of BITS Pilani by Shri G.D. Birla himself. He was responsible for work integrated learning programs, the semester system, practice school, and integrating a curriculum that catapulted BITS to the fame that we are still benefiting from. But I'm sad to see his beautiful dream being tarnished into a profiteering business. Not anymore. In my tenure, students will be guaranteed freedom to opt out of PS1 while still being eligible for PS2. A split up of PS division expenses would be made available, and any unnecessary expenses would be cut down to reduce PS fees for the students. Throughout my manifestos, I've tried to address the real everyday problems that each one of us face to provide an innovative and feasible solution for the same. I plan on further increasing academic opportunities we get on campus through initiatives like including imparters in NAB classrooms to avail lectures. It's a very simple initiative, very achievable, and yet very useful. Moreover, many minors like robotics and politics, economics, and philosophy are present in other BITS campuses, and we should be getting the choice to opt for them too. These, along with the most demanded minor, the machine learning and AI minor, would also be provided. We have some amazing people working in the IPCD, working to get foreign opportunities and exchanges, and that will be expanded through exchange programs with top universities, not only abroad, but inside the country as well, such as the top IITs and other universities. We, the students, are the biggest stakeholder in the institute. Yet, as I mentioned before, our share in the actual decision-making is negligible. And therefore, I promise to each one of you that I will gain us back our power. The representation of students would be increased in Senate and disciplinary committee, and student wings of PSD and AUGSD would be formed. It's time for the students to take back the reins of their lives in their own hands. If I had to summarize my campaign in just one line, it will be empower the students. This would form the cornerstone of our efforts to raise BITS Pilani back to its past glory. The next problem that most of the students face is transportation on campus, especially for Mira residents for whom NAB, LTC, library are very far. Therefore, to solve this issue, I propose an e-rickshaw shuttle service as well as e-cycles on campus. This would ease transport and save students' time as well. Moreover, having rentable e-cycles on campus would also solve the problems of cycles getting discarded every year and adding to the pollution. We also have to focus on student safety when we're back on campus, and crowding at eateries is going to be a major issue. Therefore, to cut through this problem, I propose a hostel delivery food service. From all eateries on campus, ordering, payment, and tracking would be digitized into the SU app. I believe this would be a pioneering step towards making the students' lives better. My next manifesto point is to improve the research culture on campus. I will get a bit specific research journal published to give students and professors an opportunity to publish and get credit for their research. This would give us a major boost in rankings, H indices, and would let the students explore research and academic careers as well. Now, the next concern that I plan to bring to the forefront is the lack of the senior-junior connection in the online semesters. As all of you might know, this is a pretty real problem that we have lost the connect with us juniors. There are just groupism going on with small groups talking to each other, but there's not a feeling of a imagined community, as Anderson has said, between the in the 20 batch. So I will not let this culture die. BITS isn't just an institute with excellent academics. It's gained its stature through the culture of bonding between batches and the feeling of being a part of the BITSian family. Therefore, I propose to allot hostels to every student, including the 2020 and oncoming 2021 batches online, and organize online inter-hostel fests consisting of cultural, co-curricular, and academic events that will foster the relationship between the juniors and the seniors of the hostels. It will also give students a much-needed respite from academics. Moreover, an inter-BITS culture would also be developed through competitive and collaborative events across all campuses. I stand for accountability within the administration, but that includes accountability within the student union as well. Therefore, I'll add a formal complaints portal on the SU website and app where students could put forward his problems with hostel amenities, academics, or campus-wide concerns, and it would be forwarded to the respective authorities with all transparency. It would also help in keeping check on the updates on the complaints and to ensure that regular work is being done. I would also add an announcement section in the app for SU clubs and departments to put their messages for the GBM, because usually they get lost inside a barrage of mails or through WhatsApp chats. I think this would be a great step for the departments, SU clubs and departments to get their message through to the GBM. Now, my final point is the skill development program, where all the students would be provided free or subsidized learning opportunities in various fields such as music, fine arts, soft skills, as well as career-specific skills. Today, I stand here with a dream for the students, a dream of making Pilani a better place, a dream of making students the writers of their own futures, a dream of getting back the glory to BITS Pilani. And president or not, I would keep fighting for the BITSian spirit. Long live Student Union, long live BITS Pilani. Thank you.
Thank you, Harsh Shukla. That was the candidate who's standing for the post of the president of the student union for this academic year. Up next, we have the candidate who will be contesting for the post of the general secretary of the student union, Harsh Lamba. I invite him to present his case.
Thank you, Naveen sir. Thank you, Shrikanta sir. Thank you, Election Commission, for holding these online elections. I'll start with my information seminar. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, you are.
Okay. I still recollect my initial days at BITS Pilani. Coming to such a premier college was like a dream come true to me. However, this experience was filled with a few bumps. I find myself clueless in initial days on campus, with a delayed assignment of a PMP mentor adding to my woes. I faced a lot of trouble understanding the timetable process, the recruitment process of various clubs, and ever so discreet department recruitment process. It amounted to many inconveniences that were worsened due to my lack of awareness back then. It was this helter-skelter that taught me the importance of efficiency and resourcefulness in BITS Pilani. But there was this one thing that always stood out to me, the collective BITSian spirit, from the everlasting spirit of word light. We all BITSians are brilliant in a way or another, and in the college life, we collectively develop ourselves. I think this is somewhat reduced in these online semesters. I feel it is high time that we, as BITSians, work collectively to revive the spirit of what BITS Pilani stands for what each one of us stands for, the BITSian community. Hello everyone, I am Harsh Lamba, bearing ID number 2019 B3A40587P. I am contesting for the position of General Secretary of Students' Union BITS Pilani. I hail from Ambala, which is a small town in Haryana. The experience I have gained in my initial years at Army Public School, Ambala Cant, and in the past 2 years at this esteemed institute of eminence with some great minds has helped me mold myself into a better person and into a person who can lead by example. BITS has nurtured me and raised me to a level from where I hope to give back and work for our student community, especially now when it's needed the most as we aim to get back on campus and to a state of normalcy, a new normal perhaps. As a volunteer at NSS, I have witnessed what selfless service and guided teamwork can do. As a joint secretary of Hindi Press Club, I have interacted with various people, stakeholders, and students alike, and analyzed the problems that Bitsians face, ranging from everyday troubles associated with hostel lives to issues faced by different clubs and departments during the fests. My experience as a group leader in the Department of Sponsorship and Marketing gave me an insight on finances of the fest and helped me grasp the organizers' efforts. Being a part of NSS, Hindi Press Club, SMT Placement Unit, and Department of Sponsorship and Marketing developed me as a person and enabled me to have an all-round understanding of various campus affairs. Coupled with my other experiences, my experience in the acting council in the capacity of a batch representative has given me a good understanding of how student union functions. I have interacted with a lot of students during my tenure, and my position gave me the opportunity to put forward their interests in front of administration and work with them to find implementable solutions. This is something that I would like to continue doing in future as I truly enjoy working for the welfare of the Bitsin community. And my previous interactions with higher ups in various administrative divisions have taught me how to jump through the bureaucratic hoops in order to get the work done. During my Bitsian life, I have done some impactful work, which now I would like to mention. Clear grade. When the second wave of COVID was at its peak, the schedule of comprehensive examinations was announced for 2019 and higher batches. While on one hand, all the students were facing a lot of troubles due to COVID, were unwell, were unprepared, were losing their family members, Institute was adamant on conducting examinations. To make matters worse, they postponed the schedule, leading to a lot of seniors facing problems with their summer internship offers. At that point, I contacted Students' Union of Hyderabad and Goa campuses, and we collectively pushed the administration for a better solution. We had a meeting with the director where we presented all the issues of GBM. This resulted in the introduction of clear grade, which helped a lot of students who were coping up from losses at that time. PS1 reforms. Well before PS1, the acting council started pushing for PS1 reforms. I, along with some other representatives from Goa, Hyderabad, as well as Pilani campuses, presented the changes which were needed by all the students. We also presented the case of ever-increasing PS1 fees, even in the online semester. After a lot of communication with administration, unprecedented situations are taken into account and an academic scholarship of Rs 11,000 was announced, along with an option to pay fees in installments. E-Rotunda. This is an initiative which is really close to my heart. When the 2020 batch was about to join, there was an underlying fear if the batch would ever be able to get the exposure we got during interactions. There was a need of a platform to aid interactions between different batches. So to break the ice between 2020 and previous batches, I came up with this idea of E-Rotunda. For the same, I acquired sponsorship from Airmeet, created the platform, and publicized it among all the batches. The initiative was a great success, as it had more than 2,300 registrations. Later, the same platform was also used to conduct Students' Union orientation, various club recruitments, and ACGBM meet. One of my another initiatives is revisit classes. When the first major evaluation component, mid-semester examinations, were announced for 2020 batch, there were a lot of doubts regarding what to study, how to study, as 2020 batch had limited interaction with seniors as well as faculty members due to online mode. It was important for us to get them acquainted with the examination tips. To do so, I organized revisit classes for all the subjects. These were 2 to 4 hour long classes in which toppers from 2019 batch discussed examination patterns and revised the mid-sem syllabus, emphasizing on important points. I myself gave a session on engineering graphics during these series. Insider session. After the completion of first semester of 2019 batch in an online mode, we had very little information regarding how the system of electives work, which humanities electives should we choose, which not. So I organized a panel discussion session for the 2019 batch, where seniors were invited to tell us about their experiences in their respective electives. The session helped my batch a lot to know about the electives and in taking an informed decision regarding the same. These were some of my past initiatives. I also have some interesting ideas which I want to implement in future in order to help my fellow Bitsians as we collectively aim to reach a state of normalcy and ultimately get back on campus. I have included some of these ideas in my manifesto points, which are accelerating campus reopening. Campus reopening is something we all want. We all want to come back to campus as soon as possible. I started working for the same from day one since the acting council was formed. I have had several meetings and calls with the chief warden and associate dean of SWD during my tenure in the students' union to discuss problems they were facing in initiating campus reopening and discuss implementable solutions for the same. An SOP is being followed right now for vacation of all the hostel rooms, which is first step to initiate reopening according to administration. To accelerate the process further, I propose a dedicated student team, campus reopening team, which will work along with SU to communicate with authorities regarding progress made till now, and will also help them in making an SOP, keeping students' point of view in consideration. Apart from this, the team will keep functioning after returning to campus. They will ensure that all anti-COVID measures are being followed correctly, as in keeping sanitizer vending machines from place to place, ensuring availability of masks and proper ambulance service, and quarantine measures in case someone gets affected. Also, there is a medical insurance policy named Mediclaim, which is a health insurance policy available to all Bitsians. But right now, it does not include COVID cases. A change in the subscription plan will be made to cover COVID cases under this too. My next manifesto point is Alumni Student Mentorship Program. Internship season has come for 2019 batch single-lights. Students have started to prepare to get an internship into their dream company. However, most of us don't know what to do, how to do it, and whom to approach for help. A lot of us don't have much insights into corporate world and don't know what to look for in a company while applying for it. To check all this, I propose an Alumni Student Mentorship Program or ASMP. Similar to PMP, ASMP will be an year-long program under which interested students from sophomore batches and all batches above them will be connected to alumni mentors in their respective fields. Once the mentors and mentees are connected via mail or WhatsApp, the mentors will keep some introductory sessions which will help them develop the required skill set and score good internships and placements. Another initiative which I would like to do in my tenure is SU Cycle Rental Service. A lot of students leave behind their cycles on campus every year. These cycles occupy roads, which leads to unnecessary wastage of a lot of resources. The cycles there keep rusting, and due to this, campus roads also look bad. So, to curb all these problems and to give an option to freshers for not buying new cycles, all these cycles will be cleared, repairable ones will be repaired and used for yearly cycle rental service for all the students. Further, an hourly cycle rental system will also be set up. Companies like MyBike and Zoom Car Pedal, which have successfully set up their operations in some universities, will be contacted to set up their cycle stands all over the campus, from where their cycles can be rented on per hour basis. Renting cost of these cycles will be as low as rupees 2 to 4 per hour. My another manifesto point is pre-booking facilities at Looters and Tot. Looters and Tot are eateries which are open till 2 a.m. on campus. Now, whenever we want to order our foods from these eateries, usually there's a long waiting time as well as a queue, which makes the process very inconvenient. To reduce the waiting time and long queues, a mobile application will be developed using which residents from all hostels will be able to order food from their rooms itself and later collect it from the eateries. Deferred placement program. This is one of my another manifesto points. While in college, a lot of us start looking for various fields to excel in life. Some start pursuing a startup, some have high ambitions to get into civil services and start preparing for that. For the same, many students do not accept placement offers to pursue their respective fields. But there's always an underlying fear. What if startup doesn't work out? What if you don't clear UPSC? What then? Answer to this is Deferred Placement Program or DPP. Under this program, graduating batches can opt out of conventional placements and come back to sit for the placement season within 2 years of graduation. The program is already functioning at some top colleges like IIT Bombay. This program will give a huge boost to already flourishing numbers of Bitsian startups and will help students to pursue their other interests. One of my another manifesto points is entry of girls in messes near academic blocks. For those who haven't been at campus yet, Girls Hostel Mira Bhavan is farthest away from all the academic blocks. Due to this, girls have to travel to and fro from Mira Bhavan in breakfast and lunch hours, which is very tiring. An option will be given to girls to have their breakfast and lunch in boys' messes, which are relatively very nearer to academic blocks. A laundromat for Mira Bhavan. Washing clothes is a big hassle when you think about living out of your homes. To ease out the situation, a company, Laundromat, has already set up its operations on campus. But right now, they're facing a lot of troubles with its working and logistics. Washing the clothes of 13 hostels in only two outlets has been a big task, and this has majorly reduced the service quality and has increased the service time. Also, right now, there is no provision of dry cleaning in Laundromat. To better the quality of laundry service and to decrease the service time, a laundromat extension will be constructed outside Mira Bhavan. This will lead to faster clothes delivery to all hostels and betterment in the wash quality. Dry cleaning services will also be included under laundromat. Ungraded lab courses for first-hand experience. A lot of us haven't attended many labs and workshop courses offline. The 2020 batch has in fact had all their practical courses online till now. There are a lot of students who are interested in getting practical hands-on experience for such courses. For all the interested students, optional ungraded sections will be created and everyone will be allowed to register for these courses. Betterment in hostel facilities. Common rooms aren't serving their purpose in beds. There are very few instances where we can see more than 5 to 6 people in common rooms at a time. Basic amenities like coolers and microwaves aren't there in hostel common rooms. All these amenities will be kept in common rooms to make the lives better. Along with microwaves, instant food will be made available in vending man machines. Right now, if someone has to eat food in their own utensils in hostels, they have to enter washrooms to wash it, which is very unhygienic. Small sinks will be made for this purpose in hostels near the drinking water areas, which will be maintained properly for this purpose. To make common rooms more cheerful, foosball tables will be installed in all the common rooms too. Also, as a lot of students prefer watching Netflix, Amazon Prime, and other OTTs nowadays, Chromecast devices will also be installed in the TVs of all common rooms. This will boost the number of students actually using hostel rooms and lead to a better interaction. These are all my manifesto points. Apart from these two, I will ensure no student problems go unheard and will try to put student welfare and interest before anything else if I am elected as the General Secretary of Students' Union. Being an active part of BITSIN community, I came across various issues that the GBM strongly feels about, and hence it is my inherent responsibility to try to bridge the gap between the administration and the students. If given the post, I will work diligently to fulfill all my manifesto points and to ensure that SU is at forefront, working for GBM rights and issues. I will also put efforts to enhance the institution's name by spreading information about various opportunities that this place has to offer, which are often ignored by many. My experience here has inspired me to help and assist fellow Bitsians through a positive and concrete vision. Without the love, support, and valuable guidance of my batchmates, seniors, juniors of the 2020 batch, and respective faculty members, I could not have developed an optimistic attitude towards helping and interacting with others. No one must face issues or miss opportunities due to lack of awareness and coordination. I respect past Union Council's developments and aspire to raise the bar further and uphold this prestigious institution's name. My time at BITS has ignited a passion for helping many other Hirsch Lambas yet to come in this BITSIN family. It is this passion and my conscience which inspired me to apply for the post. The elections for the post of President, General Secretary, and Batch Representatives will be held on 18 July 2021 in an online mode via MS Forms. Be an informed voter, do read all the manifestos very carefully, and vote for the candidate you find promising and capable of representing your voices. Do vote, guys. Hoping to see you all very, very soon on campus. Thank you.
Thank you, Harsh. So, as we have repeated, this brings us towards the end of the information seminar. The video will be, the recorded video will be available via root mail, which we shall be sharing soon. I would like to thank the Chief Warden, the Associate Dean of SWD, the candidates, and my fellow EC members for making this information seminar possible. I would like to re-emphasize that the elections would be held on 18th, and all information regarding it will be conveyed through you via mail. I hope that all of you would make a very informed decision. Additionally, I will reiterate that the batch debates and the auditorium debate shall be held soon on 15th and 16th, respectively. Please attend them so that we can verify these manifesto points and be better informed about the candidates that you shall be voting for. So I would like to thank everyone, and that brings us to the end of the information seminar. Thank you.
Okay, bye bye. Thank you.